that I said last time at the start and Alfie was giggling.
Hey, welcome to my YouTube video. What's up, pimps and simps?
Hi guys, welcome to my video. Today I'm doing a top 5 fucking 8 list of why I think these players are dog shit.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the OC Iron and Gold Top 8 Jungle Power Rankings for October. So each of us have done our lists, except for one person.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's a good one.
Why the numbers?
Alright,
Why are they like
number 1. What do we reckon? I've got Zealous, Galaxy Bear's got Zealous, and 3 of us have Trash Can. Okay, 3 of us have Zealous, 3 of us have Trash Can.
I put Zealous
For everything.
there because, well, I mean, I only did the first one. I just
Yeah,
copy pasted to like fill out the number. But yeah, no,
Oh,
I don't know,
yeah?
I put Zealous there because I think he's the most consistent. He's also mains the role, whereas Trash Can kind of swaps between a lot, and I think that makes him a bit more inconsistent than Zealous. I think Zealous's champ pool is also better.
I mean, over the past couple of months now, Zealous has usually been somewhere near the top. If Trash Can was still playing jungle, like you said, consistently, those two would be like the top 2 picks for jungle.
It looks like they
Trash Can
are the
plays
top 2
Shaker,
picks for
so-
all of us.
That's
Well,
why
I haven't put Trash Can on my list at all. Like, the dude's an insane Shaco player, but he hasn't been playing jungle for his team consistently. I don't know if I can recall a jungle game where he's, like, done well recently. And Zealous is, like, the only player in Iron and Gold who can actually play Lee Sin well. And his Lee Sin and Jarvan are pretty insane.
Yeah,
Alright,
his
put
jungle
Zealous
pool is
in.
pretty good, yeah.
Alright.
Jetman's sister put Tashi, but he sounds like he wants to put Zealous.
Alright,
I
so
don't really give a fuck.
are you guys wanting Trashy at number 2?
Yeah. I would personally, I would put him there because even though he hasn't played jungle recently as much, previously to that, he was.
Yeah, he
I
was
honestly-
pretty good.
He was.
Yeah.
I was honestly pretty good. He could go toe to toe with any of the Iron and Gold junglers and do really well into them, and it almost
Yeah.
looked like he didn't struggle when playing against certain junglers. So, you know.
I find the biggest issue with junglers at this level is that they just don't know how to path properly. They just do the same shit like every game, regardless of comp. And I think Trash Can and Zealous both have demonstrated an ability to not just do that.
like autopilot pathing.
Yeah. You know how like they're just like, oh, I start bot because bot side gives me leash. You know? So that's just like the most they ever think about it.
Yeah, fair enough. I can
Yeah.
agree that Trash Can is like a top jungler. It's just I didn't think
He doesn't
he'd
play it
been
now, yeah.
performing recently. Yeah, I can agree that he could be number 2. We all okay
Who's
with
your
those
number 2?
ones?
Oh, yeah, I think Michael's pretty good. But again, he's like role swapping around like a lot as well.
Yeah.
So it's the same consistency issue, I think. Although I would say that in terms of consistency, I think he's like more reliable in the jungle than Trash Can is.
What about William?
Who is William?
Will I don't know.
Will.
I don't
Steve,
honestly rate them that much, but
They did kind of stomp us. Like,
on the
I feel like there's a little bit of bias, just because some people don't like the team. Like, we did get
I
hard
don't-
stomped.
I don't think
it's
that was
that.
good jungle, honestly, with you.
Well, it kind of
no,
was.
he
It
scarred
was.
as well,
Yeah,
but I haven't
it-
seen him play well on anyone besides the Skarner. Like the week that he played Lee Sin against us, like I counterpicked myself and he still like did nothing.
He also
When
plays Zac as well.
True.
We played them last week too, and they were just relying on like really cheese picks rather than like actually playing properly. Like I had like 4 people hovering around mid lane at one point.
Yeah, well, I watched the VOD and I don't know. It
I think
seemed
if
like-
he's allowed to one-trick Skarner, then he can do well, maybe. But I'd still put Michael or I am the Nampej above him.
Yeah, I would as well.
I wouldn't, but
I'd probably put. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's either Will or I'm an Ampage. Like when I watch Will play, like even though his team, yeah, they did beat us. It's like the reason why they beat us. They have a game plan, and they, stayed with the game plan. They didn't stray from it. They're dedicated to like picking a powerhouse pick like Skarner that people weren't really prepared for. And you say cheese picks, but these cheese picks we need to adapt on the fly, and we didn't adapt, and they got the win over certain teams. And I think to sacrifice a certain jungle pick like a Skarner as a prime example for the team, and just to be a constant threat. There's nothing much you can do to that. I haven't seen that happen in quite a while now. So
Galaxy,
between
what do
Will,
you think? I think you're like the deciding factor here.
Who?
G-Man?
Oh, that's how you're talking.
Yes, me. Hello.
Well, what do you think on I'm the Nampej versus Will for the...
I mean, Will only really has the Skarner Zac, but if he does get Skarner Zac, he has had better results.
But only on those specific picks. Though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the deciding vote, am I?
I think so.
Pretty much.
Trying to find some of the games.
Well, at least in my more recent memory, we've had more of a struggle against. I mean, I'm only speaking from personal experience that we've like struggled more against like Will's champ pool, but that might just be because of like our specific playstyle, not necessarily a general like skill differential.
Alright.
So I guess in my personal opinion, I guess Will, just if he gets these champs. If he doesn't get his champs in the draft, then yeah, he doesn't really have anything at all.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll agree to that.
Can we all agree that I'm the Nampej is fourth then? Because I think we all
Yeah.
have him in our top four.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
number 4.
Alright. Fifth. Who do we think?
Um,
What do we got?
A lot of people got Pimpin.
yeah, I put Pimpin down.
Pimpin.
Yeah,
Should
can
I
I
go?
can I change mine?
Yeah, sure.
Take him out.
Yeah, flip him and the guy above.
Him and
CK.
Seiko.
Yeah, flip them around.
Yeah, mate.
Alright, so you think Pimpin is fifth here then, yeah?
Yeah. He's got a weird as fuck champ pool too.
He does.
Yeah, okay. I can put him. I'll put him fifth.
I haven't seen
My
that guy play. Is
opinion
any good?
I think he's a good player. My issue with him is he's extremely poor champion pool with like Warwick Shyvana being some of his main champions, which are just
Yeah.
That's what
not
happens when
good.
you're a pimp, bro. So,
Alright, fair enough. Yeah,
I
I had Two Board to Smite and Seeker and Mylong D above him, just because Two Board to Smite was pretty much carrying QET. He's good at the strong junglers with early aggression, and he can also play tanks for his team. Seiko is sort of similar to Two Board to Smite, and his shot calling and macro are pretty good. And Mylong D's a scary Jax player who also has good comms.
he also gets more points because of his name.
Alright, fair enough. 6. Who we got? Seiko, Matt, Seaman Demon,
What?
More points as well because of the
May's
name.
got
What the
Mayan
fuck?
math questions.
Isn't he from that Smurf team though?
Seaman Demon.
That
Seaman
we
Demon.
DQ'd?
Jesus.
We DQ'd them.
Are they a
Close
Smurf
Bros.
team?
Yeah, remember the BSV? Like round 1 we got beaten, but then we DQ'd them because some shit. I don't fucking remember. Remember there was like
Yeah, I
you
don't
know,
know. They've only beat us. They beat us once, and he had a
Yeah.
good VIA performance.
yeah, but they also
oh
got
yeah,
DQ'd
Well, it was a DQ before the game started,
Yeah,
which
exactly.
is why we picked some of the champs we did. But he did do well on the Vi. I don't have him on my list at all. I put him on my special mentions. Because
He's only
in
on
every
Joker's
other
list.
game that I checked, in like all the tourneys, he's performed pretty poorly.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. A lot of people are Seiko as well on their list. It looks like Mylong D or Seiko goes here. One of the two.
I'd agree with that.
Dude, Genmin, he's number 3 on your fucking list. I mean 4.
Has
Seiko.
Seiko, yeah.
True.
Mylong took a break for a bit though. Has he played anything recently?
He must have if he's been in the list of people.
Look at that name, dude. Come on, man.
I think Mylong and Seiko for me are like pretty close together.
Could you finish his name for me, please?
Mylong D and
Thank
Seiko
you.
O
I
are pretty
appreciate
close
it.
together. Seiko's better on like the early aggressive champs like Jarvan, I think, that can help his team, and Mylong's more of a carry player.
Yeah, I'm fine with putting Siko 6 because, like you said, he's a somewhat strong player, really decent communication. So
Alright.
I feel like for a jungler, that's pretty important, especially when you're like trying to set up ganks with like objective control. If you have someone that's like vocal in that, you know that helps a lot.
My only problem is, you said he had good macro, but I feel like everyone on that team has pretty doo-doo macro.
Well, if you have one person trying to like macro everyone, it becomes pretty hard.
No,
If
but
you
I've
have
played
listened to
on
their
the-
comms, it's him doing all of
Yeah,
the
I've played on their
calls.
team, but they sometimes just ignore objectives completely. Like him included.
So do
I don't know.
you want to put my above him?
Well, that's only my opinion. Like, it could go either,
But you could
either way.
still put him above mine on your list as
Yeah, but I
well.
made this list ages ago. You know how long we've taken to record this shit?
True.
Man's changing
Steam
opinion.
Demon, math questions, he's not here. You're not finishing your list limit?
No, it'll take too long.
Alright.
Um,
Okay, well, I mean, it looks like Seiko probably goes here based
Yeah.
off the lists from the people that are here.
Wait, no, Mylong next, right?
I mean, like, Seiko here in 6th.
Oh, right, yeah.
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 Yeah,
Alright.
I'll go with that. Yeah.
And then we can
And
put
then-
Mylong 7th.
D, Mylong D.
Mylong D, yes.
Yeah.
Alright, last. We got 8th place, the final spot.
Yeah,
the
right.
fifth place will be
Yeah.
interesting.
Couple people
Risebot.
Beerus.
Yeah, they're
Risebot or Matt. I'll write all of them down actually. Beerus. Seaman.
Beerus Seaman. What?
Lessons. Matt. Risebot.
Yes.
Dude, I'm amazed that Two Boards of Smite isn't on here, but I won't argue too much that he should be on here since he is plat now and can't really play.
Yeah, DQ
Alright.
him.
So I think it's between those people, I guess, based off the lists. 3 of us have Beerus here. 3 of us have Risebot on our lists as well, though.
I mean, Risebot has consistently made pretty high in like the weekly tournaments and like in terms of like where they end up going either semis. Every now and then they make it to finals. There's some weeks where they get knocked out first, second round, but you know if they get a good what do you call it? Like good seeding for the tournament, they can usually do pretty well compared to like the average team. I think GB does pretty well. I would put Risebot probably 8th place just because of how consistent
I would
him
too.
and his team has been.
if Beerus agrees to coach me and get me to OCS, then I'll put him there. If not, then no. Sorry.
Now, as for like CHLPZ Matt, it's hard to say because like he used to play Mordekaiser jungle. He was like a Mordekaiser jungle one trick.
Yeah, so he's the
But he-
Mordekaiser jungle player.
But he also
That's the
plays. He also mains support as well. So it's just like, in terms of like solidifying his role, like is he primarily a
Does he
jungler? Is he
actually
primarily
main
a
support?
support?
Or did he play support just that 1 week?
He's been playing with Ches. He's been playing support for them
Okay.
for like the past 2.5, 3 weeks now. He hasn't touched jungle, and he plays a pretty good support. So yeah, like that's the thing. But since he's kind of fallen off the jungle and not played like his jungle picks and playing support, I mean it's either Risebot or Beerus or Two Border Smite. But you said Two Border Smite's in Platinum now, yeah?
Yeah. I think
I
2
mean-
Born to Smite is, like, it definitely deserves a spot on the list. Like, I would have put him higher than most of these people, but yeah, if we want to leave him out just because of his him hitting plat, I'm down to flip on my rankings and put Risebot above Beerus. I think
Yeah, I would probably
Beerus,
take
being
him out
a
of the
coach,
list.
has good game knowledge, but in the jungle he's lacked consistently. My problem with Risebot though is he's sort of like pimping another Warwick player. And I think the other champ that I've seen him play is Elise, and they're not the best champs at the moment for team play. And he's also only played, like, the GB team's pretty new to tourney, so they're sort of a wild card. Yeah, I'm down to put Risebot here. I guess we'll see over the coming weeks if he can prove himself, but
Yeah,
my
I
recommendations to him, if he watches this, would be move your champ pool towards more meta stuff, like maybe the Zach Hecarim, Jarvan Graves.
Yeah, and keep in mind, this list is all about, for the tournament, in the future of the tournament, to see how these people do. There might be, like, plays, like, somewhat low, but, like, there's always a good chance for them to go higher up in, like, the rankings of how they play, You might get, like, a really good surge from Risebot, and you might make it to 4th, 5th, 3rd place, So, for the tournament, for the ECB, this is, like,
I'll put Risebot here. Unless, do you want to argue more for Beerus, Chiba?
Nah, I agree with the criticisms.
I mean, once again, having Beerus and having Risebot, you got one player who plays, Warwick and that, but then you also have a player who, man's a coach, right? So having a coach in a game can be, pretty helpful, but when you have someone trying to, like, once again, if you have one person that keeps trying to macro everyone, you don't really pay attention to your mechanics and what you should be doing. You just, guys go top, go mid, go bot, look for objectives, set this up. And if you have someone who's like constantly, split, like running around trying to get people in the right spot, it could be hard for him to perform when he really needs to.
Well, before we finish, I just want to give a special mention to Morgana One Trick. He's a pretty decent jungler despite being off-rolled when he plays it, and also Ubi, who managed to carry his team on to their first finals despite being off-rolled. Yeah, if that's it, then thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. If you don't agree with this list, if you have any opinions that you want to share, then leave a comment below, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.
What about that ulti guy?
Yeah, no one cares about the ulti guy. Alright, ulti, you give us an outro, mate. Don't forget to
Nah, I think that was a good outro, bro.
like, favorite, and subscribe.
Hey man, get ready for next week because more of this is gonna come.
Outro music?
Still gonna be mid.
Alright,
That's the most
alright.
discarded one because I play that one.
Alright.